Hi, this is Laura.
Oh, hi, Laura. This is Invisible Girl.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Pretty good. I really appreciate you speaking to me about this.
Yeah, no problem. I figure you probably wouldn't get too much information out of an actual Scientologist.
No, I didn't, unfortunately. I had quite a few questions I wanted to ask her, but it was clear that she had a set kind of I wouldn't call it agenda, but she had a set script that she wanted to go through first, And
yes, I'm positive she was drilled before she talked to you.
Well, the thing is, she's good at talking to people. I mean, in the sense that she's a good representative for the Church of Scientology according to their standards.
Yes, that is probably very true.
Let's start off by maybe you could tell me a bit about how you got into the Church of Scientology.
Well, I got into the church when I was in 8th grade, and I went to go visit, just kind of a walk-in, because I was recommended to do a course that would help my communication skills with my parents. And so I bring my parents in too, and they show us around. It was a very nice facility. The people were very nice, and we had a really good tour. And then we got started on a communication course. And so that's how I got started. And, yeah. So I got more into it than my parents did. Because apparently, while I was doing courses there, the church kept calling our house over and over again, like every day, to see when we would come in next. And my parents would always answer that, so they got very annoyed by it. And they stopped wanting to go in because they were being way too pushy.
Did they actually ask the church to stop calling them?
Yeah, they did. They're like, we don't want to start another course, and don't want to come in. We're very busy with our own lives right now, and we can't afford to, spend time and paying money to do the rest of these courses.
Mm-hmm.
And the church kept saying, oh, well, your daughter's in. Don't you care about her? And
did they actually use those?
She can do what she wants to do, but, we don't want to do it. It's not that we don't like you, but it's just we don't have the time.
Did they actually use those words that, don't you care about her?
Sorry about that, what?
Did they actually use the words, don't you want to do these courses because your daughter's in, don't you care about her?
Yes.
They did, okay.
Mm-hmm. And, basically what happened was, they stopped going. And the church stopped calling after a while, but they kept sending promotion through the mail and flyers. And I ended up going off to a school where I was in a boarding school. So basically, I wasn't affiliated with the church for a couple years. Then after I finished high school, I ended up actually joining the Scientology staff where I used to live.
Okay. Now, there's, because the Church of Scientology here is given religious status, let me just get my notes out here. It says that, let's see. Because the Church of Scientology has religious status in many countries, labor laws do not apply to Sea Org members. Therefore, Sea Org members have no protection from long and abusive work hours. Did you feel like you were pushed a great deal being a Sea Org member to complete work?
Oh, well, that is a very interesting story. So when I got recruited to join the Sea Org, I was actually extremely pressured to actually get into it. I spent many hours being interviewed and pressured to make the decision to actually go. Then when I actually got into the Sea Org, they put, when you first start out, you're put on this program called the EPF, which stands for Estates Project Course.
Estates Project Course.
Sorry, what?
You say Estates Project Course, right?
Course.
Okay.
Yeah. And so this basically, you spend, you wake up very early in the morning. It's very military-like. You have to stay within your group. you have to basically do hard labor around the entire base.
Can you tell me what that involves?
Located. I was located in LA.
Uh-huh.
And you do that for many hours. You do have breaks to eat, breakfast, lunch, dinner, but not necessarily the best food in my opinion.
Yeah.
Then after you do work all day, then around 5, you have 15 minutes to take a shower and get dressed, and then you go and work on courses for the rest of the night until you go to bed.
Can you tell me what would happen if you, say, had the flu and weren't able to, do a day's work? What kinds of things would happen then?
Well, I can actually tell you something that happened to me while I was in the Sea Org. I wasn't sick, but I got hurt. We were setting up for an event called the International Scientology Association, or the IAS, and we were setting up floats, and in order for them not to fly away, we had to fill up 500 pounds of water in barrels and roll them and tie them up to these floats. So as we were doing that, one of them rolled over my foot.
Ouch.
Yes, very ouch. And so I didn't notice it at first. Of course it hurt at first. But later, I could not walk on my foot.
Did you break any bones in your foot?
No, I didn't, luckily. But I had sprained it very badly to the point where my shoe, I had a very hard time getting it off. And basically what happened was my whole group that I was with, I got left behind because I couldn't keep up with them.
When you say you got left behind, what does that mean?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention. When you're on the EPF, you can't walk anywhere. You always have to jog and run everywhere you go.
Isn't that a punishment program, the EPS?
No, the EPF is the thing you start on before you actually enter the Sea Org. The punishment program is called the RPF, which is the rehabilitation one.
Okay, we'll get into that later. Can you carry on with your story that you were just... Sorry, I interrupted you there.
Oh, no problem. So, what was I?
You got left behind, you said.
Yes, I got left behind. I was trying to run to keep up with them, but my foot was hurting so much I couldn't. And so they just left me. And I was just in some hallway. I didn't know where I was. I was new. And some higher level Sea Org member, I don't know what his host was, but he came over to me and he was like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm not okay. I need help." So he's like, "Okay, I'll take you to the ethics office," which is, yeah. So I go and he sits me down and he says, "I'm going to go try to find the ethics officer so she could help you." So I said, "Okay." So I'm sitting there and I'm not even exaggerating. 2 hours later, she's still not there, and I'm sitting there. And of all people, the Sea Org's janitor comes in, and he's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "No, I'm not. I've been waiting for the ethics officer. Do you know where she is?" And he said, "She's actually not even on base right now. I told you that. I'm like, some guy told me she was here." And he's like, "No, she's not going to be here all night." And I'm like, "Oh no." So basically the janitor really helped me out. He wrapped up my foot, he got me crutches, and he's like, "Here, let me help you to your room." So he was very kind. I really thank him for that. So I was put in my room, he gave me an ice pack and everything, and then he said that he would call one of the doctors.
So you have doctors on staff?
Sorry?
You have doctors on staff?
Supposedly, yes.
I see. Are these fully qualified doctors? Do you know?
They say they are, and probably at a point they were doctors. Either that or they were trained by the Sea Org.
I see.
I'm not sure for this particular person, I don't know.
Okay.